Hello guys, so this will be a short-term review of the KTM 890 Adventure R, so stay tuned. So I have been owning this bike since 6 months now, I think. I've been riding approximately 4,000 kilometers with it. I've done the first 1,000 kilometer service, and well, this will be my personal honest opinion about the bike. I think I hope this will be useful for those who haven't bought it yet, or maybe are thinking about getting one. So I will go through a couple of things I like, things I don't like so much, but obviously, I mean, all the bikes out there are a few things that you want to see improved or changed, or it's not the way you expected it to be. But hey, I mean, that's always like that. It's always something that you could make a little bit better or change or anything like that. But I hope this will come in handy or be useful for you. As I said, it's my personal opinion. I advise you guys to test ride the bike before you get it and compare it to other brands and bikes in the same segment. That's what I did, at least. I owned a T7 before, and I changed it to this one. I also have a video why I did that. So let's start. So I will not take it in a specific order or anything. I'll just go through everything from my heart. Let's start with, for example, the standing position. I am 180 centimeters tall. It's a bit aggressive standing position for me. I mean, you could compare it, for example, to T7. I know many of you guys are saying you cannot compare the KTM to the T7, but if we only talk about the standing position, the KTM is a little bit more aggressive, I would say. So I know some people have risen the handlebars. For me, I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking instead of lowering the foot pegs, because I feel sometimes that I need to get a little bit lower, both when standing, but especially when I'm sitting for a long time. I feel a little bit cramped in my knees, so that's one thing I will do. I will get some lower foot pegs for the bike. So the headlights are really good, I would say, comparing to other bikes I've been riding. It's a really bright light, but I also experienced that some the people who are coming against me are flashing with their lights because they believe I have a very strong light. So I've been, changing a little bit and trying to adjust a little bit. So otherwise, it's a very strong, very good headlight. So obviously, as you can hear already, all of the things I'm going through in this video are minor things. It's not a big issue. It's not a game changer or anything. Another thing that I have been thinking about a little bit is the screen. I know a few guys who own the 890 and the 790 are not particularly happy with the buffeting. There's a lot of discussion going on in different social networks and forums about that. I think it's okay. I mean, it also depends on how tall you are and what helmet you're wearing. But I think for the price you're paying for the 890, KTM should have have a screen that's adjustable with a knob, like the Super Adventure, for example, that model have a knob that you can adjust the screen. I know that for it's not good for taking it off-road and going very aggressively with a high screen. It can be dangerous, but at least some kind of knob that you can adjust the windscreen would be nice. But again, it's not a game changer. So I really like the KTM have adjusted the settings a little bit to make it more personal friendly. For example, if you put it in off-road ABS, you turn off the ignition and turn it on again, it stays that way, so you don't have to go in and out in the menu and change all the time, except the one thing, which is the heated grips. If you turn off the ignition and you turn it on again, you have to put the heated grips back on. Otherwise, I like the fact that the KTM have addressed that issue. Yeah, I mean, there are of course a few cool features also about the bike. If we take, for example, the foot pegs, I really like that you can take away the rubber and you can turn them around, and so they are a little bit more aggressive. Small things like that are really appreciated, at least for me. I talked about the foot pegs before, that I will change them. I don't think they are bad in any way. I feel that I have enough grip and everything like that, but as I said, I feel that I have a little bit tall legs and I need to lower them a little bit, so that's why I'm changing. Otherwise the foot pegs are really great. Well, one thing we can agree on, I think, is the fuel tank and the range. If you, again, like I said, I had an adventure bike before, and it was the T7, so that's the bike I will compare the KTM to. But if we compare it to the T7, the fuel range are better with this bike. So that's something I really like, and it's very efficient also. So I rarely have to think about the nearest fuel tank, the fuel station. Sorry. So I said I'm not gonna compare it to the T7, but here I go again. And it's the front brakes, especially. The KTM has really great front brakes, I would say, and they are better than T7. That's my opinion, at least. Really good bite and not intrusive or anything, even with the ABS on. I really appreciate the brakes on this bike. So I really like how easy it is to adjust the rear shock and rebound and preload on the forks. I'm not an expert in those areas, I would say, but the manual really helps you how to adjust it properly, and yeah, so it's pretty easy, I think, to adjust it the way you want it to be. So the tires, well, the standard tires are, I mean, they are okay. They are actually pretty good on tarmac, and not noisy. They are pretty quiet, I would say. I'm gonna change the tires to Mota's Adventure because I want a little bit more aggressive tires on the dirt. So I have the Quickshifter on my bike. Well, the Quickshifter. The first 1,000 kilometers I had a lot of false neutrals between 4th and 5th and 5th and 6th gear. But after the first 1,000 kilometer service, I had less of that. I think it's also something you get used to, how to handle the Quickshifter. The BMW's bikes that I had before are smoother than this Quickshifter, so you have to be a bit more precise and consistent when you are shifting. I still have false neutrals between 5th and 6th gear. Not so often, but it's a bit scary to be honest. But as I said, the Quickshifter is now working most of the time really good, but sometimes still some false neutrals, unfortunately. So the cruise control is super easy to use, very rider friendly. I never had any issues with it, and obviously it helps you avoiding speeding tickets. When I got the bike, I was fiddling around a lot with the riding modes and turning off and on the ABS, and I thought that was a bit difficult. You know, every time you come into off-road area, you need to, you know, fiddle around with the settings. Until I watched a video made by Big Rock Moto. I will put the link here below, and he have a really good video on how to put the settings in favorite mode. So when I've done that, it's super easy to turn off and off, on and off the ABS and choose the riding modes that I want. So please check out the link here below. So the seat is actually really comfortable. The standard seat is really comfortable. I've been experienced other KTMs before, like the Super Duke and the Super Duke GT, and I didn't find the seat of those bikes being very comfortable, but this one really is. Eventually I changed the seat to a lower seat because I feel I need to reach the ground a little bit better. But also that seat is, although it's thinner of course, it's still pretty comfy, I would say. So what about the reliability of the bike and the KTM 890 Adventure R? Well, that was the main concern for me as well. I was thinking quite a lot about that, of course, because I had the T7 before, and reliability of the T7 you know, was really good. The 790 had a few issues, that's why KTM, I think, you know, upgraded it to the 890. I mean, there are a lot of people out there owns a 790 that didn't have any issues, but there are a few also that had issues with the 790. And I will be honest with you guys. I will show you just in a moment the things, issues I had with this bike. It's common issues, I think, but still I will show you. But it's not a game changer for me, and I still have it under warranty, and I could change those things. KTM will probably help me with that, but I haven't done that yet. So let's see what I'm talking about. yeah, I mean, these things, as I said, could be changed under warranty, so I will probably do that later on. Yeah, I mean, I really like it. As I said, I've done a few changes to the bike as well, and if you want to know what I've done and the things I've changed, you can see my other video about that in my channel. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, please leave a comment and subscribe. Take care.